How do you get through all of the visual effects suits that you're wearing, the motion capture, and still are able to like inhabit this character?
You kind of forget that they're there after a couple days. I mean, it's the technology element can be weird at first because there's cameras on your face and you're covered in dots and stuff like that. But once you get into the character and you really, you kind of have a couple days of moving as an ape and wearing this thing, that all goes away.
Well, Freya, you're having to look right down the barrel of the technology. How are you breaking past that?
That wasn't the hard part because you forget about all of that, and you just get to watch these great performances in front of you. It was more tricky because I had to do all my scenes without them as well. So we basically were shooting two movies, and that was really difficult. Like having to remember all your eye lines and the exact action at the exact right timing with the camera, and then forget about it and be able to go back to where you were emotionally.
What was it like on the first day of set?
First day of set, we were at the beach. The scene where we're getting dragged down the beach, the two of us, and I mean, God, it was like we were kind of just. It was a good warm-up day, honestly, because it wasn't a big heavy scene. There was a lot of stuff going on, but it was kind of like okay, this is what this is. And it's funny, Wes and I were talking the other night, and I was saying, like, I look at that scene and I'm like, I'm not quite right yet. Like, I haven't quite figured it out. And he's like, yeah, we joke about that with the animators. They were like, yeah, Noah's not quite there yet.
Really? That's interesting.
Yeah, no, so it was a good kind of intro learning curve.
I actually forgot that was our first day.
Yeah.
How do you see your character inside of Planet of the Apes world? Or how does your character see herself in the world?
I think she feels extremely vulnerable, and I think the world is honestly terrifying with the history that she knows, and where she's come from and what's happened to the people before her. I think it's incredibly terrifying, and I think that's why she does so many of the things she does, because she kind of is left with no other choice. She has to survive.
And I think Noah has a very special group of friends in this film. Talk about what that relationship was like on set and how you guys built that friendship.
Oh, it was so beautiful. We started finding those relationships in ape school, first as apes, really. We connected as humans because we were working together, but then we would go into these improvs with each other where we wouldn't speak, and it would last for an hour, hour and a half, and we would communicate physically and vocally, non-verbally, and really these sort of organic dynamics came out without ever talking about what it was going to be, and those discoveries carried through into our friendships as humans, and we're still very close. Like it's those are lifelong friends. It was amazing. It's really nothing I've ever experienced was like this film, and that goes for the whole cast. I think the closeness that we all developed.
And if you could summarize why the Planet of the Apes franchise is still around today, still so enduring, what would you say?
Well, I think there's something inherently amazing and fascinating to us as humans about watching our experience. We come from apes, and so to see them deal with the problems that we're facing, I think it's almost easier to kind of step back and look at ourselves from an outside perspective.
Yeah, and I also just think that there's so much kind of adventure there as well, and an epicness to them, and that's what's so nice about it, is that you're able to get all of that, and also these very kind of thought-provoking topics that are in there, and not obnoxiously so.
Yeah.
I think that's they're great stories with great characters.